Hello, this is the not so perfect YouTube live that I'm doing today. I I needed to go live. I needed to work on my videos and I didn't know what I wanted to talk about today. I didn't want to follow the same line that I've been following along and so I just decided I would step out and get on and we'll go where we're going to go. But I wanted to do the videos so that I could work on some of the things I'm working on. And when I say that, it's things like the videos that I've been creating before this one, probably the last 4 or 5 videos, maybe more. I thought were being done right, and I found out that my microphone was going through my MacBook Pro, and it was not through the Shure microphone that I have running through my Rodecaster, and so the sound quality was not good, and the background noise would pick up. You would hear road noise out in the street, and I've been having this problem for a while, and I didn't realize it. Here I've got this great equipment to use, and I wasn't using it. And how much of that is like causing us? How often does that happen when we're making a video or in life? Just simple life. When you get up in the morning, if you don't get to run on doing the right things, then you get all out of task. But there's a real simple way to solve that, and it's to go find one simple thing to do. And that's something I usually do is I do one simple thing that I can accomplish, so I can accomplish a task and I can get it done, and then I can move on to the next and get that train or get the momentum changed so that my whole day doesn't keep on going like it is, or my week, or at one point my life was like that. And so I see that, and so it's an important part of working through the struggles that we have, and God knows I have a lot of them, but at the same time, my struggles are not like what they used to be. They're easier to deal with because I keep on going through, and my life is like that not perfect YouTube video that I'm making right now, and I know that if I keep on working at it, if I keep on working at my life, that what will happen is that it will get better. Because how do I know? Is because if you would have saw my life 8 years ago, you would have a different person talking to you that doesn't look anything like I look today or anything like I am today. And so I've been blessed to be able to work on that, to get better as I go. But then I also step into other things too. So like, for example, doing a YouTube channel, it's a new thing to me. It's something that I put myself out there, and I decided to go ahead and talk about my life as a whole and the struggles that I've had, specifically with the gender dysphoria and how I overcame them, even though that wasn't really what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to move on because it's not a part of my life on who I am today, but yet it is. And so it's like that imperfect video that I'm doing right now that doesn't necessarily have the right description. Maybe the title doesn't fit into my channel, other than I am relating it back to the topics that I do talk about. So is the imperfect video really a good thing to have? I don't know. It's like, is doing an imperfect video part of showing who you really are and letting people see you as you are? That's a good question. I just don't know the answer to that, and I wish I had I shouldn't say I wish I had, because I'm part of a group that helps you to develop your YouTube channels, and they do have all the tools in there for creating a great video and creating a great channel and being successful. And I see that happening. I see people in this group working towards that, and I'm a part of that. And I want to be one of those people that has a great message that's able to deliver and be genuine and to engage an audience. So this is a process for me to do that. And that's why I'm on here today, even though I don't have the perfect video lined up for my channel. And yes, I could take time to put all the pieces together, and I will get to the point where I do lay out the video. I have my content better prepared. But then I think, I want to be me, and I want to let you see who I am. And I want to be relatable as I am, because I think there's a lot of people that are in the same position that I am, that are willing to stick their foot out there. It's like in 1995, I bought my first computer. It was in August of 1995. And AOL.com was big then. The internet was not so big. It was more on the message boards and sticking into into an online community. And there was CompuServe, AOL. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else. But you could go out to the internet through AOL. There was a gateway out to it. And I logged in on my computer at about 6 o'clock on a Friday night. And by 7 o'clock, I figured out that you could build a website. And so I started my first website. That website, I started at 7 o'clock, and I stayed up for 24 hours straight working on that website, just building it out and learning about it. So for the next 2 years, I built a website that listed limousine companies all over the world. And I would go to the local library and get the Yellow Page telephone books, and I would photocopy all the limousine companies that I could find in telephone books, because they had telephone books for major cities all over the world. I ended up with 32,000 limousine companies listed in this website over 2 years. I poured my heart into it, and it turned into a successful business that's still running today. And so I did that by myself for 2 years, nonstop, sweat equity doing it. And I sold some advertising on the website. I actually sold banner ads on the website during those 2 years. So I had a little bit of revenue off of it, but it was purely a love of what I was doing. And I can't help but think, and that's not the only scenario where I've had an online business that I've done that, or a business of any type. I've done that repeatedly with other things, but it's that one that had the passion, and it was my drive of me working for 2 years solidly on that, dedicating everything I could to learn how to build a website. And back then, you didn't have WordPress, you didn't have Wix, you didn't have all these template sites that you could do. You had to write the HTML, so you had to write the code, and you didn't have a database that you could use to just dump. Well, maybe there was a database, but I didn't know about it that would connect to the HTML and display on the website. I literally coded every single limousine company, the name, address, telephone number of all those limousine companies and where they were into that website. So I had to learn from scratch, and I did it and just was dedicated to it. And it was greatly rewarding to do that. I need that passion to come into what I'm doing here online, to do this YouTube channel, so that I can deliver it, and I can get my message out, and it makes for an opportunity for me to share something with somebody that says, here, this is what I did, and hopefully motivate you to do the same thing or help you. I talk about the gender issues, and that was a major thing to overcome. It took all my life, or I should say, most of my life, up to over 40 years of building up to take action and to jump in and to go into transition. And then it took that passion to roll through that. And then when I had my moment of reality, which I believe was Christ working on me, and it came through the Holy Spirit even before I technically could be called a Christian, because I hadn't gone in the water. I didn't really know Christ at that point. I believed in God, but I had that come to Jesus moment where, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. And to focus in, then to go through and read the Bible cover to cover in 7 weeks, that was another intense moment that I did that turned out to be what would be my life up until now. So over a period of coming up on 8 years, and that commitment to following Christ and to changing my life. And I've done so many things. Like another strength and passion that I had was reading a gospel a day for an entire month, and it actually ended up being 32 days. I read the gospels gospel a day for 8 times through, back to back, and that was so powerful to do that. So when I make an imperfect video, I'm doing it because I'm trying to stay consistent. I'm working on it, and I just need to keep on moving forward so that I can learn. So I can take this video and I can learn from it and see, how can I make the video better? How can I get my message better? How can I just be better at what I'm doing? How can I improve? And so this is part of that process right now. So part of moving forward. And so I thank you for watching. If you watched this far, I realize that this video might not get a lot of attention, and that's okay. But if it does, if it helps you, if you're in a situation where you need to be empowered, you need to do something that's not so perfect, then maybe this will encourage you to do that. Go ahead and step out. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, and what's the best that could happen? You could learn how to present better, how to make your desires, make what you want out of life happen. Now, I realize I hope you watch some of my other videos. This is by for sure probably not the best, and I hope I get to look back in 10 years and say, oh my God, that was so awful. But I'm glad it's there, because it shows how I've grown. It shows where I've come from, and I want to see what I can do. What has God given me the ability to do? And what can I do with working with God and working with Christ to make this happen? So I'm glad you're watching. I'm going to cut it off for now. And cut my glass. Man, this is going to be a short video. The last couple of them, I had one that went an hour and a half and then 41 minutes. And so I'm going to cut it off now, but that's your not so perfect video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.